Our next guest is a Democrat from the state of Illinois, Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi. We welcome him now. Congressman, welcome to you this morning to America's Newsroom as we say farewell to the former Michigan Congressman. Your thoughts?
Well, John Dingell was a giant in the United States Congress. He accomplished so much in 59 years, including the signing into law of Medicare, a very popular program. He conducted tremendous oversight on the Energy and Commerce Committee, so he accomplished a lot in 59 years. And then later in life, he accomplished a lot in 280 characters. He was known for his wit and brevity, even into his later years, so a real giant in America.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you, sir, for sharing that. And now you get back to business. I don't know what he would think about the back and forth, but I'm sure he's got a lot of thoughts about the border wall and the issues that are before you now. And speaking of that, let's get to it. Mac Thornberry, Republican, last hour said the following about maybe a deal, maybe not. Watch here.
A lot of this we have passed before, but you want to look for surprises. You want to make sure you know what's in there. It does include a lot more than $1 for border wall. So it's got some good, it's got some bad.
Are you a yes at the moment or not, sir?
I'm a yes. I think that senior Democrats and Republicans came together, made an evidence-based assessment of what's needed at the border, and arrived at a compromise. So I will be voting for this.
You heard Mac Thornberry, though. He said he's going to be looking for any surprises. Do you think there are any surprises in there that would prevent the president from signing this legislation?
I don't think so. Certainly everybody should look at the text and the language, and we're doing that as well.
1,100 pages.
Tough to do.
a lot of text. But that being said, I do think that everyone should look at the bill before they end up voting, and I will be looking at text and summaries of text and so forth today. But I think that everyone should vote for this, and we should move on with the rest of the business of the 116th Congress.
Okay, well, there's a lot of business to get to. Two more topics we want to get to, okay? From FoxNews.com. Here is the headline, sir. From Omar to Ocasio-Cortez, the headline reads, outspoken House freshman creating friction with Democratic leaders. How are you going to lasso this, sir?
Well, look, you know, I think everyone should be able to speak their minds and propose what they believe their constituents want. That being said, I think that we are going into the 116th Congress with a mandate to serve as a check and balance on the administration, but also to get things done. And to get things done, that's going to require compromise with Republicans and, of course, coming together within our own caucus.
But they are very outspoken, as you well know, and they've made it no secret that they're not going to hold back. Do they speak for you, sir?
It depends on the issue. You know, I think that
where do you agree?
I speak for myself.
Right on. Where do you agree with them?
Well, I think where I agree with them is that we have to create an economy that allows everyone to get on the up escalator of the economy, so to speak. If you're working poor, you should be able to get into the middle class. If you're in the middle class, you should be able to survive and prosper. And then if you want to start a small business and help your community and country, we want you to succeed as well.
Interesting. The Green New Deal, where do you fall on that?
Well, it's bold. It sets a goal. But I think that my constituents are asking two questions. One, who's going to pay for it? And two, what are the details? And those are the types of questions that we always get from our constituents. And so until those get answered, I'm still looking and learning.
Well, we all would like to know the details of that. Pretty vague still. Meanwhile, Congressman, here is the latest from the former acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe in a fascinating interview. Want to get your reaction. Watch this first.
I was able to put the Russia case on absolutely solid ground in an indelible fashion, that were I removed quickly or reassigned or fired, that the case could not be closed or vanish in the night without a trace. I wanted to make sure that our case was on solid ground, and if somebody came in behind me and closed it and tried to walk away from it, they would not be able to do that without creating a record of why they'd made that decision.
It is a fascinating interview here. The Department of Justice Deputy Attorney General has basically kicked to the curb everything he has said. Sir, what in the world was going on at the FBI? What in the world was happening at the Department of Justice?
Yes, sir. So, as you know, I think in May 2017 or thereabouts, Mr. Comey was fired by the president, and that shocked everyone, Democrats and Republicans on Capitol Hill, and certainly officials at the DOJ and FBI. And then 8 days later, after the firing, Special Counsel Mueller was appointed, and there was a consensus opinion at the time that that was the right decision. That being said, I think that important questions are raised, even in that 1-minute clip that you aired of the 60 Minutes clip. I wonder what the other 59 minutes are going to be like.
You are precisely right about that. We were asking the same thing. How much more does he talk about? Now, Republican colleagues are saying we have no collusion that we have found more than 2 years later after this investigation was launched. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Would you agree with that?
Well, I think that the Special Counsel Mueller inquiry should be allowed to proceed unimpeded. I slightly disagree with some of those folks that say that there's no evidence of a conspiracy or anything like that.
So where is the evidence? What have you found?
Well, I think that you know, if you just look in the public domain, you have a lot of evidence of contacts, very strange contacts between Trump affiliates or his organization and folks on the other side in Russia. And they're still investigating the nature of those contacts. Let's let them finish their inquiry.
Let me ask you a very specific question. We got to run. We're way out of time.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe
Yes, sir.
you have evidence of collusion, yes or no?
As you know, collusion is not a crime. Conspiracy is. And so I think that is really where the inquiry should go. And I'm not going to make a judgment on that until the investigation is completed.
2019, last word.
Yes, sir. As a former prosecutor in Illinois, I said investigate, then prosecute. So let's finish the investigation.
Okay, I don't know. I sense a little gray area. Thank you for coming on today.
Yes, sir.
Hope
yes,
you
Bill.
come back,
Thank you.
okay?
Thank you,
All right.
Sandra.
All right,
Thank you, Bill.
appreciate having you. Thank you, Congressman. Well, the battle